Hello, dear students. I hope you all are safe and healthy. My name is Ankita, and I am teaching as an assistant professor in Department of Bachelor's of Computer Application at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. I welcome all of you to the lecture 12th of my online lecture series of object-oriented programming using C++, and in this video we will start the concept templates. In previous video we studied exception handling concepts. We also studied exception handling with the inheritance, studied various methods of writing exception handling functions, specifying an exception and rethrowing mechanism of an exception. So by these topics in previous video we have completed the topic of exception handling, and the questions which you may face in the final examination related to exception handlings are like, what are exception handlings, how the exceptions are handled in C++. So these questions were repeatedly asked in 2019. So in March 2019 it was asked in reappear examination also. In May 2017 it was asked. In 2015 this question was there in the examination. So similarly, what do you mean by unexpected exception? So this question also was asked repeatedly in the final examinations. So I have written these questions here so that you can prepare accordingly. I would also suggest that you should make an assignment of these questions by going through with the previous videos, okay, and run all the examples on some editors, so that by changing the different inputs you may get to know the different behavior of the programs which I have written in the examples in the previous videos. So what are the templates? Template is another important feature in C++, and they support generic programming. Generic programming says that we develop such software, such reusable software in terms of various components like functions and classes, which supports functionality on the different kind of data, and template used to combine those different type of data into a single framework. As we can have a normal member function and normal classes in our program, we can have template functions and we can have template classes also. So template in C++ that allow construction of a family of such template functions and the template classes to perform the operation on different type of data. So template provide generic programming by defining generic classes. A function that works for all C++ data type is called as the generic function. Okay, so we need to write only one template function or template class which will be capable of working with the different kind of data types. So in template, generic data types are used as the argument and they can handle a variety of data types. We will see how in the coming examples. Template help the programmer to declare the group of functions or the classes. When used with the functions, they are known as the function templates. For example, we can create template for the function square to find the square of one data type, that is either float, integer, long or double. So the templates associated with the classes are called as class templates. So why do we need to create templates? A template is a technique that allow using a single function or the class to work with the different data type. As I said earlier also, we need to write only single function that can process any type of data, that is the formal argument of the template class are of the template type. So we will see in the examples also. So normally what we do, we write overloading function overloading, and then in that case we need to handle the different type of data, but this approach increases the program size also. I'm talking about in the simple function overloading, and also the local variable will be created more, but template will safely overcome all these limitations, that we need to write only one definition for the template, and it will work for all different type of data. We need not to write different function definitions for integer, for float and double, etc. So it provides flexibility to the program also. So a normal function template is not a member of the class. There can be two situations, as we can have a member function or non-member function in the class. So a template function can be a member function or can be a non-member function. Means template function can be related to a class, template class, or template function can be written as a non-member function. So in that case it is known as a normal function template. So a normal function is not a member of the class, and the difference between a normal and a member function is that the normal functions are defined outside the class, but member functions are defined inside the class always. A function template specifies how an individual function can be constructed. So this is the syntax of defining the template function. So template is a keyword. As we have class as a keyword, to create a class we have to start it with the keyword class. Similarly, to create a template function or template class, we need to use this keyword, and in angular brackets we will mention the class. This is the type name, and T stands for type name. So here this is the syntax. First of all, if you are writing any template function or template class, you have to write this so that you can tell the compiler that I am going to create a template programming. I am going to do the template programming in my program. So return type will be there as in the case of normal member functions, normal functions. So return type will be there, function name will be there. So this argument list will be having the type name arguments like T argument 1, T argument 2, and this continues with the function body. So they are not member of any class and hence can be invoked directly without using the object or the dot. So these these template functions are not called with the help of any object or the dot operator. We will see how these are called. If you create a template function as a member function of a class, in that case you will be needing object name and the dot operator. So we will see. Let us have one program of finding the square of a number using the normal template function. So this is the template keyword. This is class T, which is defining the type name. Class is again a keyword and template is a keyword. So it is defining the class of a template, means it whatever you are going to write inside your program, it will belong to the template or the generic programming. So under this you are having this square function. In the parameter list you have given one parameter as x, which is of type name T, and you are performing square in this function. And in main function you have taken one local variable as int, one as character and one as double. So when you enter the value of these as I, j, k, we will call square function with I, then j, then k. So what will happen here, these are of different type of data, like see integer, char and double, but we are using one template function to execute the square of these numbers. One time you can call it with the I, second time on the j, and third time on the k. We will run this program. So this is the editor on which I will be writing all the programs online. So I run this program. It will ask for the values of I, j and k. As we saw that we have written here template function, and 3 times we are calling this square function. So when I run this program, it is asking for the 3 values. As you can see in the program, we have written one template function and we are calling this function 3 times, one for integer, second time for character, and third time for the double. Here I am going to enter value 2. Let's see what will be the output here. So square 4, square 10,000 and square 77.44. You can also give the new line character here also, because every time it is showing in the same line. See, for the character value it squared the ASCII values, every character. When we perform such conversion like from character to integer, it considers its ASCII value. So it performs operation with the ASCII value in that case only. Okay. So this was the output. Try to understand this, that we need not to write the separate functions for each int, character and double every time. It will use the same function. Here I value get replaced with this x value, which becomes the type of type name which we have defined in the template function. For the second time it consider type name as the character, and for the third time it considers type name as the double. So every time this function is getting called with the separate data types, and we need not to write the separate code for every data type. So this is the benefit of template function. In example 2, we have written one example to compare two values to find out the large among two numbers, whether it is of integer, double or character. So we will see how. In previous example we took only one argument here, as you can see here, And in this example we have taken two type names, two arguments for the type name, and we have performed with the conditional operator. We have returned the largest value by this method. So in main function we have taken two integer, two float, two character. So by entering their different values we will call the large function one by one. So this time it will work for integer, this time it will work for a float, and this time it will work for the character type. So let's run this program. Six and 5 I have entered for integer, 4.6 and 8.9 I have entered for floating point number, G for the first time and F for the second time I have entered. So G has the largest ASCII value. So in the case of character it will compare these two with on the basis of their ASCII value. तो जो जिसकी भी ASCII value larger होगी वो उसी नंबर को यहाँ पर शो कर देगा. Okay, I have included 4 examples here. You have to run all these programs and write their output according to their execution into your notebook. Next we will see working of the function templates. After compilation the compiler can't decide which type of data type the function template will work. When the template function called at that moment from the type of argument passed to the template function, the compiler identified the data type. Every argument of the template type is then replaced with the identified data type, and this process is called instantiating. So in this program also, whenever this large function is having these two parameters, so these parameters are getting replaced with the n1 and n2. So at this point of time they become the template type name arguments. So for similarly for float, if we enter to float value, they work for the float type values. Okay, so according to the data type the respective versions of the template functions are created, and the values are gets exchanged with the type names accordingly. The programmer need not to write the separate functions for each data type. Template can be made as member function. So far we have seen that these are the normal functions which are not written inside a class, but template function can also act as a member function. So this is the way to write a template function. So you again, before starting your class, you have to write the template keyword with the type name argument, and you will begin with the class, then class square public, then in square function or the or the constructor if you are taking, you have to mention the type name here. So every time when you will call this constructor for creation of objects, this will get replaced with the object type and it will perform the operation. Okay, so you can also overload function templates, like here you can also overload the function template. Template function can be overloaded by normal functions or the template functions. While invoking these functions, an error occurs if no accurate match is made and no implicit conversion is carried out in the parameters of the template function. So how it goes, we have created the template for the template function here. This is a void print, which is a template function having the type name argument as t, which we defined in this line. This is again a template function which is having void print with two parameters. Here it was having one parameter. Template type name argument can also be combined with the normal data types, like as you can see here, this is of type name and this is of data type, normal data type. So in the main function when you call print1, so it will match with the one argument, and when you will call this print 3.4, again it will call the function which is with only one argument. When you enter two values, control will jump to the definition of having two parameters here, and similarly यहाँ पर भी दो parameter हैं, तो it will jump onto this. So t will be, a will be replaced with hello and n will be replaced with 3. Every time when we call print function, it will replace the arguments with the number of arguments written in the template functions. यहाँ पर हमने एक argument लिया है, तो एक argument के साथ जो हमने print function call किया है, it will get matched with the that particular argument. One second example is there. So let's run one of these examples. When I run this second example, see, as you can see, we have overloaded show function. One time it is taking type name argument and second time it is taking integer argument. So when we call show function with the character, so it will print the character type value. Second time it is called with the value 50. So 50 is an integer type, so it will call the integer variable function, this one. And for third time, when I am calling float type variable, so it will call the template, because if यहाँ पर मेरे पास फ्लोट टाइप का भी फंक्शन अगर मैं लिख देती तो वो फ्लोट टाइप वाले जो पैरामीटर हमने दिया था उसके साथ में मैच करता, लेकिन क्योंकि यहाँ पर फ्लोट टाइप का वेरिएबल नहीं था तो इट विल जनरली गो टू द टेम्पलेट फंक्शन, क्योंकि जो टेम्पलेट फंक्शन का टाइप नेम आर्ग्यूमेंट जो होता है वो आपके किसी भी डेटा टाइप को हैंडल कर सकता है. तो जब मैंने यहाँ पर फ्लोट पास किया देन इट विल अगेन गो टू द टेम्पलेट फंक्शन. For character also it will go to the template function. For integer it will execute this show function. Okay, so this is the overloading of your template functions. In a normal way you can overload your template function also. So multiple arguments function template says you can have multiple arguments in your function template. If you want to run this program, we can run this program also. This is a small code. So when I run this program, I get this output. One important thing you should note here, that in the first calling, here we have 4.8 and 5. So it is showing the output 9.8. And in the second run, we have 5, 3.8. Then it is showing the value 8, whereas it should have 8.8. So you should note that the very first argument, this is of float type, so addition is performed, and after addition it is showing you output in the first type name. So here whatever type name you have written at the first position, that is float or integer, so you are writing float at first place, integer and second place, so it is showing output in the form of float only. And if you write integer first of all and then float, it is showing you the output or the sum in the integer number. If you want to see the variation, you can just have a look here also. So in this case both the addition will be in the integer. See, we got 9 and 8. So यहाँ से हमें ये पता चलता है कि अगर हम डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ आर्ग्यूमेंट्स अपने टेम्पलेट में ले रहे हैं, तो जिस टाइप का भी हमारे पास फर्स्ट टाइम पर जो भी हम टाइप नेम मेंशन करेंगे, in that form only the output will be shown. Okay, so if I take here 5.7, then it will display the output in the float form only. No matter second point पर आपने क्या integer लिया है, float लिया है, it is converting the type conversion जो यहाँ पर हो रहा है वो आपका फर्स्ट जो आपने पैरामीटर लिया उसके बेसिस पर हो रहा है, उसके टाइप पर हो रहा है. सो बाय दिस वे यू कैन हैव मल्टीपल आर्ग्यूमेंट्स इन दी टेम्पलेट फंक्शन. जैसे टेम्पलेट फंक्शंस होते हैं वैसे टेम्पलेट क्लास भी हम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं अपने प्रोग्राम में. सच क्लासेस आर नोन एज क्लास टेम्पलेट्स, एंड अ क्लास टेम्पलेट स्पेसिफाइज how individual classes can be constructed similar to the normal class definition. This is the syntax to write a class template. Same statement which goes with the function templates also we will write in the class template also. And इसके नीचे जो आप मेंशन करोगे वो आपका उस टेम्पलेट की फैमिली बन जाएगा. सो क्लास नेम जैसे हम नॉर्मल क्लास बनाते हैं, तो इट विल हैव द डेटा मेंबर्स not as integer or float, it will have the data members as the template type name. So t member 1, t member 2 हमने यहाँ पर member functions लिए, and the function return type will also be of the type name here. Let's have a look at one example. So this is the way to call the template functions when you are obviously जब हम class के functions को call कराते हैं तो हमें dot membership operator और object की ज़रूरत होती है. तो we will run this program. Here we have one calculator function. I have included only one program for this one. Okay, so we will see how it works. After running this output, this program, we got this output. Let's see how this program is working. Here we have one class calculator, which is known to have a template class because it is having all the data members as the template type name. So यहाँ पर हमने template keyword लिखा and then class capital T. This T can be anything जो आप specify करना चाहें. नॉर्मली ये टी ही लिया जाता है, बुक में भी आप टी ही देखोगे क्योंकि इट इज़ डिफाइनिंग द टेम्पलेट फंक्शनैलिटी, सो इसीलिए यहाँ पर कैपिटल टी लिया है मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स। यहाँ पर प्राइवेट डेटा मेंबर्स एज टी n1 एंड n2, जैसे हम नॉर्मल इंटीजर फ्लोट लेते हैं। कैलकुलेटर एक कंस्ट्रक्टर है जिसमें कि हमने आर्ग्यूमेंट जो है वो टाइप नेम के ही दिए हैं a एंड b। सो आप इनको इस तरह से कंसीडर कर सकते हैं, जैसे आपने एक डमी दे दिया है, आप उस डमी को एज अ मेल भी समझ सकते हैं, एज अ फीमेल भी समझ सकते हैं। आपको जैसे एक डमी पैरामीटर दे दिया है, आप उस पैरामीटर को एक पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे इंटीजर भी समझ सकते हो उस डमी पैरामीटर को, दूसरे पॉइंट पे उस डमी पैरामीटर को आप एक फ्लोट भी समझ सकते हो। तो ये टी जो है उसी तरह से यहाँ पर एक्ट कर रहा है। सिमिलरली जैसे हम नॉर्मल कंस्ट्रक्टर में वैल्यूज असाइन करते हैं वही चलेगा। And this is the result function which is performing addition, subtraction, multiplication and division by calling the add, subtract, multiply and division functions. And in these functions also return types are of t type. So it is performing addition, it is subtraction, it is multiplication, and it is because we have t as a return type, we can use the return statement in it. In the main function we created object. So how the object creation goes in the case of class template, we need to write the calculator, the class name, then angular brackets, the type for which we are creating that object. अब यहाँ पर object for int मैंने object integer के लिए बनाया है, इसका नाम मैंने इसीलिए ऐसा लिया है ताकि आपको पता लग जाए कि एंगुलर ब्रैकेट्स में जो डेटा टाइप आप स्पेसिफाई करोगे ये क्लास टेम्पलेट उसी डेटा टाइप के लिए एक बार में काम करेगी। So 4 and 5 are the integer types, so this object will work for the integer, and second time you are calling this function with the float values. Then मैंने यहाँ पर जो object लिया है वो लिया है object for float. It will take 5.4 and 3.1 as n and m, okay, and it will by calling the result method, object for int के लिए आप एक बार कॉल कराओ result को और object for float के लिए एक बार कॉल कराओ, you will see the output. So this first portion यहाँ तक integer from this one to this one, it will display you the functions on the integer part. So I will copy this here in the code also. Few questions which can come into mind, like जब हम normal program के साथ में काम करते हैं तो क्या हम default arguments templates में भी दे सकते हैं? Yes, we can also provide the default arguments in the templates also in this way. Can there be more than one argument to the templates? Yes, we can have more than one arguments to the templates. See here in this example we have two arguments here for the templates. इसमें हमने एक x u t के लिए बनाया और y u के लिए बनाया है, सेम एग्जाम्पल। जब हम ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करेंगे इस ऑब्जेक्ट को हम बोथ टाइप, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हमने टेम्पलेट में दो वेरिएबल्स क्रिएट किए हुए हैं, दो टाइप नेम यहाँ पर मेंशन किए हुए, तो आप यहाँ पर दो टाइप नेम दे सकते हो। अब इस केस में तो क्या होगा, जैसे डिफ़ॉल्ट आर्ग्यूमेंट के केस में होता है, इट विल एक्सपेक्ट कि आपका जो दूसरा पैरामीटर है वो क्या होगा, तो ये जो कैर है ये टी के साथ में रिप्लेस होगा और जो कैरेक्टर है वो आपका यू, ये तो है ही बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट। तो ये जो स्टेटमेंट है इट विल वर्क इन दिस मैनर, ओके। सो इफ़ यू क्रिएट एनी अदर ऑब्जेक्ट ऑल्सो, तो आप फर्स्ट के लिए टी के लिए यू हैव टू मेंशन हियर एंड यू के लिए हर बार कैरेक्टर ही वो अज्यूम करेगा, ठीक है। वी कैन हैव मल्टीपल आर्ग्यूमेंट्स टू दी टेम्पलेट्स ऑल्सो इन दिस मैनर। यहाँ पर भी आप डिफ़ॉल्ट आर्ग्यूमेंट दे सकते हो, तो एवरी टाइम जब आप यू के लिए कुछ यहाँ पर मेंशन करोगे तो यू इंटीजर ही लेगा, आपको टी के लिए मेंशन करना होता है, जैसा हमारा नॉर्मल आर्ग्यूमेंट के केस में कंसेप्ट होता है, सिमिलर वैसे ही, ठीक है। सो व्हेन क्लास टेम्पलेट्स आर यूज्ड इन इनहेरिटेंस, देन व्हाट हैपेंस, क्लास टेम्पलेट कैन ऑल्सो एक्ट एज अ बेस क्लास। 3 ways can be possible. Derive a template class and add a new member to it. The base class must be of the template type, and derive a class from known template class and add a new template type member to the derived class. Derive a class from a template base class and omit the template features in the derived class. So in these three cases you can create the template classes inside the inheritance. We will understand this with the help of example. So this is the class 1 and here we have class 2. In this class 1 we have created one, we are treating it as a template class by writing this class T, and again when we are deriving it we have to write this statement again. Then when we are deriving this from base 1 class, so base 1 class is here is treated as a template base class. So this is the method of deriving a derived class from the template base class. So we need to mention the angular brackets here, the type name also for the derived class. So this class is having its own functionality and this is having its own functionality. यहाँ पर एक कंस्ट्रक्टर लिया है जिसमें हमने 3 पैरामीटर लिए हैं ऑफ एस टाइप, because this t is inherited from class 1 to 2 class, then 2 class is also having its own type name, then in its own constructor ये अपना ही type name use कर रहा है यहाँ पर. ओके सो हमने यहाँ पर 3 लिए हैं, तो एक्चुअली इसका जो डेटा मेंबर है वो z है, बट इसके पैरामीटर्स में 3 है क्योंकि 2 उसके लिए, x और y इसके लिए है, और एक हमारा यहाँ पर जो हम क्लास 2 के लिए मेंशन कर रहे हैं, एक हमारा उसके लिए डेटा टाइप है. सो वी विल असाइन दीज वैल्यूज़ अकॉर्डिंगली. एक शो वेरिएबल लिया है जो हमारी वैल्यूज़ को डिस्प्ले करेगा, एंड मेन फंक्शन व्हेन वी क्रिएट ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द डिराइव्ड क्लास वी विल राइट दिस स्टेटमेंट. By writing the class name in angular brackets we have to write the type, then object name and then the values. ये जो values हैं वो आपकी इस constructor में जाएंगी, then ये values जो x और y हमारे base class के हैं उनको भी जो 1 2 3 values जो है वो यहाँ से मिलेंगी. First 2 values will be assigned to x and y and third one will be assigned to z only. So with the help of show function you can see the output also. And for the second time we are calling this object for the float, और यहाँ पर हमने accordingly float values दी हैं, so they will get copied accordingly. So this is template topic is very simple. It works in the normal manner as your normal functions and classes does, but the way of writing the template functions and the classes is slight different. You have to write this statement whenever you are going to write the function for the class template और टेम्पलेट फंक्शंस. तो ये आपको स्टेटमेंट हमेशा उसके अंदर लिखनी है. बिसाइड्स टेम्पलेट नया जो एक टॉपिक है वो C++ में वो हमारा है स्टैंडर्ड टेम्पलेट लाइब्रेरी, जिसमें कि STL जिसे हम बोलते हैं शॉर्ट फॉर्म. इन बालागुरु स्वामी ऑल्सो यू विल फाइंड दिस लेसन एट द एंड. सो दिस set provides template classes which provides the common programming for the data structures and the functions like list, stack, arrays, etc. And it is a library of container classes, algorithm and iterator also. It is a generalized library and so its components are parameterized. A working knowledge of template class is prerequisite for the, if you know how to write a template class then STL आपको समझ में आएगा. And STL basically provide करता है अलग अलग templates with the help of which you accomplish the task of writing any program. So algorithms, container functions and iterators all help you to write your complete program. Algorithm में हमारे आते हैं classes for sorting, searching, important STL algorithms, useful array algorithms, partition operations etc. algorithm में ये हमारे numerical आते हैं जिसमें हमारा well array class होती है. इस C++ 98 में ये जो है special container class introduce हुई थी to hold and provide mathematical operations on the arrays efficiently. It also supports element-wise mathematical operations and various forms of generalized subscript operators, slicing and indirect access, etc. Public members जो हमारे well array class के होते हैं वो है apply, sum, maximum, minimum, shift, c shift, swapping, etc. So ये जो function apply है, this applies the manipulation given in its arguments to all the well array elements at once and returns a new well array with manipulated values. And sum on the other hand returns the summation of all the elements in the well array. So well array पे जो भी आपकी functionality होंगी, maximum find out करना है, minimum, वो सब हमारा इन्हीं functions के through पे होता है. कंटेनर्स होते हैं ये, और या फिर ये आपने कंटेनर क्लासेस भी बोल सकते हैं जो किसी दूसरी क्लास के ऑब्जेक्ट को स्टोर करते हैं. एंड देयर आर इन टोटल 7 स्टैंडर्ड फर्स्ट क्लास कंटेनर क्लासेस जो कि प्री डिफाइंड हैं, and 3 containers adapter classes and only the 7 header files that provide access to these containers or container adapters. So these container classes are sequence containers, adapters, associative containers, ये सब हैं. तो सभी कंटेनर्स अपने अपने टाइप के बिल्ट इन कंटेनर्स को डिफाइन करते हैं. जैसे इसमें वेक्टर है, DQ है, जैसे इसमें वेक्टर है, DQ है, एरेज है, फॉरवर्ड लिस्ट है. कंटेनर अडेप्टर में क्यू, प्रायोरिटी क्यू, स्टैक, ये सब आते हैं. इन एसोसिएटिव कंटेनर सेट, मल्टी सेट, मैप, मल्टी मैप इज देयर. सो हर टॉपिक से रिलेटेड पूरे पूरे चैप्टर्स होते हैं, बट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड जो STL कंसेप्ट है वो क्या कहता है. So that's why I have included it in here. अनऑर्डर्ड एसोसिएटिव कंटेनर्स जिसमें अनऑर्डर्ड सेट, मल्टी सेट और मैप्स आते हैं. Functions again in the STL they include classes that overloads the function call operators and instances of such classes are called function objects और functors जिन्हें हम बोलते हैं. So ये हमारे STL के अंदर क्लासेस होती हैं, बिल्ट इन क्लासेस फंक्शंस की. तो जिनके जो ऑब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं उन्हें हम फंक्टर्स बोलते हैं या फिर हम उन्हें फंक्शन ऑब्जेक्ट्स भी बोल सकते हैं. ये जो फंक्टर्स होते हैं दे अलाउ वर्किंग ऑफ द एसोसिएटिव फंक्शंस टू दी कस्टमाइज्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ these functors allows the working of the associated functions to be customized with the help of parameters to be passed, and functors are the objects that can be treated as though they are a function or function pointers. So these functors are commonly used along with the standard template libraries in the scenarios like as follows. This is the program which is used to transform, which is calling a transfer function in STL to add one to all the elements of the array. सो अगर आपके पास एरेज हैं, बिल्ट इन एरेज, जैसे आप एरे डिफाइन करने जा रहे हो अपनी क्लास में, आपको हर एलिमेंट में 1 ऐड करना है, तो उस केसेस में आप फंक्टर्स यूज़ करोगे. तो जैसे ट्रांसफॉर्म जो आपका है फंक्शन STL के अंदर, वो प्री डिफाइंड फंक्शन है, वो एक क्लास को डिफाइन करता है. सो यहाँ पर हम एरे में 1 सिंगल लाइन ऐड कर रहे हैं, तो ट्रांसफॉर्म को लिखने का जो तरीका होता है दैट इज़ लाइक दिस, ट्रांसफॉर्म कीवर्ड एंड देन इन द ब्रैकेट्स वी हैव टू मेंशन द एरे, एक्चुअल एरे, देन एरेज लेंथ जो उसकी लेंथ होगी, then array again and the increment by what number you want to increment the array. So this is the output. You can run this program in editor and then see the output. Iterators, as its name suggests, these are used for the working upon a sequence of values, and they are the major features that allow the generality in STL. And iterators are used to point at the memory addresses of STL containers, and they are primarily used in sequence of the numbers, characters, etc. They reduce the complexity and the execution of the program as well. They include two functions, begin and end. Iterators are actually, you can compare them with the pointers, like they start when we open a file, the pointer is placed at the first point location. So the begin function also is used to return the beginning position of the container. जब हम इटरेटर्स की बात करें, STL की बात करें, तो कंटेनर्स में हमारे इटरेटर, जब हम कंटेनर्स को ओपन करेंगे तो इटरेटर कहाँ पर प्लेस होंगे, तो टू चेक देयर पोजीशन or to place those iterators at the first position in the container we use begin function, and to place them at the end we use the AND operator. Templates and the STL are the very simple topics in C++. In C++, writing template functions and template classes is very easy. As you write a normal program or function, वो भी simple उसी तरह से लिखे जाते हैं, but the syntax is little different. बट आपका जो प्रोसीजर, जो एल्गोरिदम्स जो होता है, जो फंक्शनैलिटी होती है, वो चेंज नहीं होती, बट हम टेम्पलेट को लिखते हैं अलग अलग डेटा टाइप के साथ में काम कराने के लिए. सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट टेम्पलेट्स, and in upcoming videos we will see next topics. Thank you so much. Take care.